Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to sit down and do this makeup look, trying a bunch of new products. And before we get into the makeup and perfume review and try on, I want to say thank you to Halara for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I did want to show you some clothes from them that I'm absolutely loving. They have so many different styles and colors, and everything is comfortable but fashionable, high quality. I have just been so impressed with Halara through and through. They also have inclusive sizing from extra small to 4X in some of their items. So really a size for everyone. So I will put my code on the screen to get 20% off full priced items. Plus they have literally so many Black Friday sales. So of course I will link what I share down below, but let's get into my favorite find from Halara. So there was no question that I had to start out with my favorite new legging. You guys, these will snatch you in like you've never been snatched before. These are the high-waisted crossover version. Now there's so many different versions, and I'm not gonna say the whole name of the items because I'm telling you it's a mouthful. They have literally everything. When I tell you that I looked so snatched, like my waist to hip ratio was perfection in these. They have a compression to them. So I did get a medium, and when I initially put these on, I was like, whoa, they're a little bit tight. It's because they have compression. The fabric is very lightweight, has that like silky feel, and they just seriously make your body look incredible. I also love that they have pockets. That's a super functional thing if you're somebody that works out, somewhere to put your keys or your phone. This is my top pick. Like, I'm going back for more. I cannot believe how good these are, and the price on these is also really good, especially for Black Friday. So seriously, add these to cart and thank me later. I also have to rave about this skirt that I didn't think I would like because I'm not really a skirt girly, like a short skirt girly. I just feel like I'm a little bit insecure about my legs, but this mini skirt is everything for fall. So it has a stretch to it, of course. It has a zipper up the back. I did get a medium, but what I love about this is it has shorts underneath. So you don't have to worry about, your skirt flying up. I mean, I don't know. If you're, bending over, anything like that, you feel secure because there are those shorts underneath. It's kind of like built-in shapewear, if you will, but it also just makes it easy to not have to worry about it. It is so cute and so flattering. Again, that stretch just really is all the difference. And I do think they have this in literally like a ton of colors. I just thought this brown was perfect to go with literally anything in my closet. And let's be real, most of my stuff is black. And in the try-on clips, I paired the skirt with two different tops. So the first one is this long sleeve black, like ruched top. I just think this is so cute. It kind of adds a little bit of flair, but also keeps you covered if you're not someone that likes to show like your décolleté. Now I got this in a small. It's a little tight in the arms, but it just kind of slims your waist in, and you can play around with the ruching to make your bust look bigger, your waist look smaller. I love tricking the eye like that. So I did get this, but I also got this bodysuit. It has that really thick, stretchy material. Because it is that double lined, you're not going to have the issue of having to wear a bra. You're not gonna have to worry about it being see-through. Now I did get this in a medium. This has like a low cut, but it's really flattering. You can still wear a bra if that's something you're worried about. And then it has these sort of like balloon sleeves, but I just think it's such a fun, kind of basic, because it does have that basic black like silhouette, but you have the sleeves to add a little bit of flair. And if you're like me and you love stretchy pants that don't look like leggings, Halara is literally the best place to get all different types of pants if you want comfort, but you also want like style. So I got these really cute pleated pants, and I like the fabric on them because they have this like ribbed fabric. So it makes them feel a little bit more dressy, kind of like a trouser. So I just paired this with the top I'm wearing right now, which is a bodysuit. It's just a short sleeve basic bodysuit, and I literally live in tops like this. I love something that's stretchy, it's form-fitting. I also got a medium in this as well. So this is just a cute casual outfit. Of course, you could dress it up or down, but I'm kind of a casual girly through and through. And the last outfit I got was actually these new jeans from Halara. I hate jeans that are super tight and they don't stretch. Like I can't do the really stiff jeans. So they have come out with these jeans that are so cute. They're like a relaxed sort of style, but they are so stretchy, so thin. They truly don't even feel like jeans, but they look like jeans. So they have the zipper, they have the pockets. So literally everything that a normal jean has, but the comfort is literally unmatched. So these are a little bit big for me. I got a medium. I may order a small because these were a little big on me. They aren't supposed to be like a skin tight jean. So I would say if you're in between sizes, go down a size just because these are so incredibly stretchy and forgiving. And if you hate stiff jeans, you will love the ones from Halara. So that is everything that I got from Halara this time around. My top picks would be the leggings. I'm telling you, they make you look incredible. They feel so comfortable. Highly recommend. I'm going back for more. Also, the skirt is so adorable, just super flattering, but also comfortable. And the jeans, if you haven't tried their jeans, I highly recommend. So I will link everything down below. Also, my code will get you 20% off full priced items, but they are having Black Friday deals. So you may not even need my code, but if you need it, it's there. So everything will be down below in my description box. Thank you to Halara for working with me on this portion of today's video. And let's go ahead and rewind and start this trying new makeup with a fresh face. So first I'm going to apply some lip balm. This is from a brand I've never tried before, but they sent me a couple products. But this is the Like a Gloss Hydrating Lip Mask from YSE Beauty. So it seems like a luxury brand. I have used this a little bit here and there. It is one of those really, really shiny lip treatments. And I do have to say that it feels really nice on the lips. The only complaint I would have is that putting my finger in a pot is not my preferred method, but this has felt really, really hydrating and it feels like you get a ton of product in here. Now, in terms of the smell, it has a really light, almost like spa-like sort of scent to it, but it feels really nice and really, really hydrating and does give you that shimmer, that shine, that's what I meant to say, shine as well. So I'm interested to try more from this brand because I've never heard of them. Moving on, next I want to talk about fragrance. And I know this is a trying new makeup video, but I feel like we're seeing a lot of holiday sets and not as much new makeup, but we are seeing a ton of fragrances. So I have 4 that I want to talk about today, just in case you were curious and you want to know my thoughts. So let's start off with the new Letta fragrance. So this is a brand owned by SMLXO. She is gorgeous. If you know Stephanie, you know. And this is their 4th fragrance and it is called 20 Bourbon Brulee. So this was sent to me in PR, but I'm going to give you my thoughts. So this has notes of black plum, bergamot, tonka bean, caramel, vanilla bourbon, amber wood, American cedar. So this immediately reminded me of another fragrance in my collection, which would be the original Billie Eilish. It's actually sitting behind me in my background. Now that is a really cozy, warm vanilla. This is very, very similar. Like immediately when I smell it, I'm transported to my thoughts or memory of the Billie Eilish. But this definitely has a more sophisticated feel because it has more smokiness and also much more of that woodiness. It doesn't have a heavy, sharp spice to it by any means, but I do get that bourbon sort of feel because it is slightly boozy, but it also is very sweet overall. So if you're thinking of like Replica by the Fireplace, this is much more toned down in terms of the smokiness, and it does have a lot of that woody quality to it. So my favorite scents have to be 22 Orris, then I would say this one, then I would say Vanilla Nera, and then I did not really love the last one. It was just way too floral for me, and this one is right up my alley because it is very sweet. Next, I want to talk about the new Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow 81. So I ended up picking this up, and I have to tell you, this is my favorite fragrance from Kayali, hands down. So the notes in this are strawberry, pink marshmallow, and whipped vanilla, and I have to say this smells exactly like that. It smells like a really creamy strawberry milkshake sort of vibe. I get a lot of that whipped feel to it, very creamy. It smells incredible. I wouldn't say it's as sweet as, let's say, Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. It's like a notch down, but it does have that really sweet quality. If you're thinking of like Fleur Strawberry Letter, it's nothing like that. I felt like that one was more of like a tart with too much floral. Again, this one is a true gourmand, sweet, creamy strawberry. I think it's incredible. So I highly recommend this. I don't know if you can get this on a discount for any of the Black Friday sales. Huda is having her overall sale. I just don't know if this would be included, but I will keep my eyes peeled and try to post any discounts I can below from any of the products I'm mentioning. Moving on to the third fragrance I want to talk about. This one actually surprised me. This is new from Sniff. I just got the travel size to try, and this is called Naughty Nona. So this is supposed to be like a fruit cake sort of vibe. It says an ode to the passed around and passed down, booze soaked, sugared and spiced. It's so good you'll gift it thrice. Smells like candied ginger, bits of orange, rum, walnut, and vanilla glaze. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about this because every time I hear like spicy, it's not really my favorite. I like a little bit of a spicy note, but I don't want something overpowering because I am just really sensitive to scents that aren't sweet and light. This one smells like a fruitcake. It is delicious. It's like a fruity, warm, boozy cake with that vanilla glaze on top. There's something really special about this. It's pretty strong as well. It's one of those that I need like a few sprays and it's really gonna linger. It has that like rum, glaze, candied sort of vibe. Even that walnut gives a little bit of like a nutty feel. This is a beautiful and unique fragrance. Like I do not have anything like this, and it really is the perfect type of scent for this time of year. So I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. And I know that Sniff is having their Black Friday, so it's 20% off, I think, everything. So I will link, you know, whatever I can find down below, but if you were on the fence about this one, this is delicious. And the last fragrance I want to talk about is a new drop from Merit. This really intrigued me, so I got it as a point perk in one of my Sephora orders. So this is the Merit Retrospect perfume. It says the top notes are bergamot, jasmine, and musk. It also has a floral heart of jasmine and rose. So this is where I didn't know if I would like it because anytime I hear like floral, rose, it's just too much, but I do like jasmine. This is really, really nice. It's a very light, fresh sort of scent. It definitely has that floral vibe, but it is really light with that musk in it. So I feel like it has that like just out of the shower sort of fresh vibe with a little bit of that like jasmine mixed in. I think it's really beautiful. This is something that I think would be good for like daytime appropriate because it is just kind of like that light airy feel. So I think you would like it if you do lean towards these type of scents. All right, so now that we've gone over all of the fragrances, I hope that was helpful. I figured you guys would want to know my thoughts. Let's get into an eye look. I want to do something very, very light and simple, and I mean that. I usually say that and then go overboard, but I want to use a couple products that I have here. So I have this new palette from Trixie Cosmetics, and this is their Snow Bunny Lodge palette. I don't know if I'll go in with this, but I also have the Urban Decay Moondust palette that I purchased. I just love this. I think it's such a good value. And I know that Urban Decay is doing sales right now. I believe like 30% off. So if you're interested in that, I will link this down below, but I may end up using that. I don't know, but I want to start out and just use this light shade in here called Toasty. And I'm gonna be using a BK Beauty 202 brush. BK Beauty, the entire store is 30% off with the code BabsBeauty 30. So I will put that on the screen and down below. There's so many sales right now. I just can't even keep up. I'm like trying to buy what I want for myself, but I'm feeling overwhelmed. Okay, this is very light. Let me swatch this. Like, what is going on with this shade? It's like super light. I'm like, where is it? Maybe we will be getting into that Urban Decay palette because I'm not seeing like any pigment, very, very little, but the next shade in here is like really dark. So I'm just gonna match this. Okay, let's switch gears. So I'm gonna go in with the kind of metallic shade in here instead of going right in with those like moon dust shadows. I feel like I have a hair on my lash. I think I'm just gonna use the same brush, the 202, and I wanna just apply this on the lid and sort of blend out. I'm definitely gonna have fallout because this is a metallic, but I just wanna light wash. I'm feeling overwhelmed because I know that there's stuff that I should be purchasing just to get, you know, a discount, like big ticket items. And I have purchased a couple things. I did pick up one of those Medicube devices. Originally they're like $4.50. So I ordered that, and I did order another mask for LED light. I have the Current Body, which I love, and I've been using it again recently. And every time I use it, I'm just like, why did you ever stop? It helps so much with my redness and like evening my tone and just making my skin look better. So I'm trying to use it every morning, and it's just incredible. But anyways, I just recently bought the Omnilux, I think that's the brand, Omnilux mask, because again, sales for Black Friday. So I want to compare the two, but I've been super happy with my Current Body. I'm the type of person though, I'm all about convenience. So like if I could have one mask downstairs and then one mask upstairs, I'll just get that kind of random like urge, oh, let me use my mask. So I am excited to try the Omnilux, and of course I got a really good deal on it being Black Friday because everything's really expensive. The Current Body, I do have, did I just smear that all over? Sure did. Okay, the fallout is a bit much. But I do have a 20% off code for Current Body, which is Stephanie S. So I will put that down below as well. But I highly recommend if you were looking into an LED mask, it makes such a difference if you can commit to using it every day. That's like my biggest struggle. I think I want to use the lightest shade in here, which is called A-List Energy, if that's right. This is just such a beautiful, beautiful topper. And I just want to apply it kind of lightly and haphazardly. That's why these are so beautiful. You don't need precision. You just sort of apply them and they just give you that like gorgeous glittery look. I am quickly going to go into this Makeup by Mario palette, and I just want to use the light shade here just to kind of soften these edges. And then going back into the Urban Decay palette, I'm just using that first standard metallic just on the lower portion of my lid. I'm also going to dip into this deep brown shade with the BK211, and I want to use this to deepen just a little bit out here and then sort of fluffing upwards lightly. Next, I want to go in with this liner from Danessa Myricks. I actually mentioned this in a favorites because it is matte and I really like the precision I get. So I'm going to do a wing and then we'll move on to lashes. All right, so I went ahead and put lashes on and it was a struggle to say the least. I used the Lily lashes in Enticing. So I'm trying to get all the glitter removed from my face before we go in with complexion, but it's pretty much everywhere. So probably would have been better to use a glitter glue, but we're just going to go with what we already have done. So I want to go in next with this Glow Recipe. This is the new Watermelon Drops in the Rosy Glow hue. So I love the tinted drops that have like the bronzy look to them. So I feel like I'm going to like this. Looks like it just gives you a really nice pink highlighted effect. So I'm gonna use this just to give some glow, but also just to try it out. It does have that watermelon scent. And I do find that this formula isn't overly glowy to the point where I can't apply it to my entire face. I mean, I do see that pink tint, but I don't think that it's anything overpowering where you could only use it with like pink makeup. It may be one of those options that would be good if you want more of like a highlighted look to the tops of your cheekbones, your forehead, whereas the bronze, I feel like I just put it all over just to give me a little bit of a tint. But I really do like this formula and I like the amount of glow in it because it's more of like a skincare glow with a little bit of like the luminosity to it. It's not like Tin Man. So I want to go in next with something I've not tried. I have not tried any of the Tier foundations, and I'd seen a bunch of people talking about the different formulas. So I went ahead and picked up the pink one to try. I got 23N, which is Sand. It is a cushion foundation, but I just want to test this out today, see what all the hype is about. I think this pink one in particular is supposed to be more full coverage, more matte, which is what I typically enjoy. So we're gonna try it out. I am gonna be using the little puff to start, just to see what kind of coverage we get. Okay, immediately I don't like the puff. So we're gonna just switch gears. I'm gonna use the BabsBeauty 106. I really love this brush, and I'm just gonna stipple in and then start applying. So it is light for my chest, but we will make it work. Let me zoom you in. Feels very, very lightweight. Switching brushes to a BK 109. I just like to use a smaller brush to go around my hairline. So this is what the Tier cushion looks like on my skin. I feel like it is not as matte as I was anticipating. The coverage is good, but I do notice that it slides. So it doesn't feel like it's setting down just yet, but I do feel like my skin is covered. Other than my nose, it is sliding a little bit. I don't think that it's doing any favors for my pores, but we're gonna go into powder, so hopefully that will fix that issue. So let's move on to a cream contour. e.l.f. Cosmetics just came out with liquid contours. These are the Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. They came out with a bunch of shades. I'm gonna try light medium. This formula is insanely pigmented, so I'm actually just gonna put a tiny bit on the inside of my hand, and I'm gonna work this brush into it and start applying, trying to build. I don't know if this is my favorite color. It's more of like a contour, but it can look a little bit muddy, so I have to be careful. This is a formula that you want to use like a very, very, very small amount. This may be a good option if you find that a lot of like cream and liquids are too warm for you. So this is what the shade light medium looks like on the skin. I do feel like the formula is very pigmented, very, very, very pigmented, so less is more. I want to go in next with this bold-faced lilac. This is one of their new shades of blush. It looks so pretty. So I'm going to start with this, and then I might add a little bit of my Armani on top. So I'm just going to get another BabsBeauty 109, and again, very, very, very pigmented formula. So I'm just working it into the palm of my hand and then starting to apply. I've seen people demo this shade and it just looks so pretty on so many different skin tones. It is truly like a purple lilac. For me personally, I want a little bit more pink. So I'm gonna go in with my Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. I love this. This is in 53. It's like that gorgeous baby doll pink shade. Oh my gosh, I use this so much. It's like my favorite blush of the year. So I'm just going to load this into my brush. See how that just like livens up the face? Like I just adore this shade. So I'm just using this to add a little bit more pink. So I think both of these are beautiful, but this is like my holy grail. I love it so much. I think that the Armani is 30% off right now. They're doing like 30 to 50% off. So if you wanted to grab these blushes, it's like the best time. But I want to go in next with a corrector. There hasn't been that many concealers lately, but I did pick up this Tarte Creaseless Corrector, and I got the shade Peachy Pink. So I wanted to try this out on the under eye, and I'm just going to use a very, very, very small amount. I just find less is more with correctors, and I do tend to go overboard a lot of the time. So I'm going to use, this is a BKA 506, and I'm really focusing it where I have that like darkness. It feels quite creamy, but not overly sticky. I feel like that did a pretty good job at brightening up the under eyes. It's not going to, you know, cancel everything out, but the goal is to just soften and brighten that darkness. And I have quite a bit like right in my eye bags and then also out here. So I think that looks pretty good. I wanna go in next with the Magic Touch Concealer in 4. I picked this up during the sale. I love this. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just gonna use that same brush. And this is where I will blend this down into my blush. I think this is such a slept-on concealer. I feel like no one talks about it. Okay, so now that we have all of our creams, I wanna go in and set. Now I have been using this powder and I am really impressed with it. This is the Melt Cosmetics She's Alive Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is from their Bride of Frankenstein collaboration. It has like this really nice peachy pink hue to it, and I find this to be really smoothing. I have been kind of testing this and trying to get my thoughts on it in comparison to the Lunar Beauty, which I love. And I feel like this is kind of like in between the Lunar and the Makeup by Mario. It's not as hydrating as the Makeup by Mario, but it's not as oil controlling as the Lunar, but it's very smoothing, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get any of the creasing out. And then I'm gonna use a Makeup by Mario puff. And I do like to set pretty heavily on my under eye, otherwise I will crease. I also like to set pretty heavily around the nose, in the mouth, and then I just sort of take whatever's left and press over the rest of the skin. So you can see like what this does. Obviously powder does smooth and mattify, but it's a pretty intense difference. All right, so I went ahead and finished my brows. I'm gonna go in with my Vive Bronzer Duo just to lightly bronze the face and kind of go over that contour. And then I'm just taking some of that Melt powder, just put around anywhere that I contoured. I did notice I have like a little bit of, I don't know, like a dark mark underneath there. So I don't know if some of my like mascara or something got on my powder puff, but you know what? I just cannot be bothered. So I wanna go in and do highlight. I have this Sparkling Honey Luminizer from Sephora collection. Cheryl raves about these. So this is what it swatches like. And she said they don't swatch the best, but when you apply them, they are stunning. So I'm really excited to try this. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. I do have a fully set face, so I may have to wet my brush because it looks really, really, really subtle. Oh, there, it's building up. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. It's one of those that can be more subtle or you can make it intense. And even though we have literally loads of blush on, why not add more? I got this Melt blush that is in collaboration with Bailey Sarian, and this shade was calling my name. This is called Please. It reminds me of Melt Body. If you know, you know. So I'm just gonna take the tiniest amount. It has like that really pretty hot pink vibe. I feel like Melt does pink blushes so beautifully. I have the rest of the collection I do want to try. This blush was calling my name. It's so pretty. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of a light pink liner in the lower waterline. This one is the Kylie Matte Nude 008. And then I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of mascara. I don't like to have a lot on my lower lash line, like as I get older. Speaking of getting older, I just feel like I'm aging. Like all of a sudden, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like having issues with, I don't know, everything. Everything just looks like different and it's aging and I'm just not thrilled about it. I'm sure you guys can relate. For lip liner, I'm gonna use Freck in 01. And for lipstick, I picked up this duo from Morphe. This I got at Ulta. This is the Soulmate Lip Duo. So you get 2 matte lipsticks. I'm just gonna throw it back and we're gonna do like a matte lip. I thought this shade looked really pretty, which is Wifey. I have not used like a full-on matte lip color in a long time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in with that one. This formula feels really thin, which is good. I usually go for more of a soft matte or like a whipped sort of matte, but it feels okay for now, so let's hope it doesn't crack. But I also did get this duo, which I want to try. This is the Hot and Bothered Drip Glass Glazed Lip Duo. So you have Hot Cocoa and Unbothered. This also came in like their holiday collection. I thought it was actually a really cute collection, so I bought quite a bit of it. So you have this really beautiful, ooh, I think I want to use this one. This is like a really pretty iridescent pink. And then you also have this deeper brown with pink flecks. These look really beautiful. I think I want to go in with the light pink one just because my cheeks. Oh yeah, this has like quite a bit of pink shift. I think that's so pretty. Wow. I really like that with the blush and everything. So let me go ahead and jump off camera, do my final touches so we can really see what everything is looking like, and then we'll go over my final thoughts on all of these new products. All right, guys, so here's my finished makeup look using a bunch of new products. So let's go over my thoughts. Starting out with the lip mask, I really do like this. I think it has a luxury feel when you use it. The packaging is very heavy. It has a really light scent, no taste that I can detect, and I do feel like it really does hang on and give your lips a nice hydration. It's really glossy, so it really looks beautiful, gives you that nice shine, and it's not sticky. So I'll keep testing it out to see if I think it is worth it, but I want to move on to the eyeshadow palettes. Now, I love the Urban Decay Moon Dust. I will say that you definitely probably do want to use a glitter glue, so that is my bad. I cannot find mine, so I'm gonna have to actually purchase, I think like the NYX, just because this does have a lot of fallout. It's very, very pretty, gives you that beautiful like holiday glittery vibe. So definitely recommend getting a quad because you can get a better bang for your buck and use a glitter glue. Don't do what I did, okay? I am not sure about this palette. I only used the one shade, but it did not show up at all unless I was going crazy. I'm gonna have to play with this some more and I'll update, but first impression wasn't great on that. Now moving on to the skin, I love this Glow Recipe product. I'm not sure that you need this and the bronze one if you already do own the bronze, unless you really like a pink look, like the cheeks that I have going on today. And if you use pink powders, I think this may be a better option than the bronze, but I just love this formula overall. I like that it's not too Tin Man-like and it actually does give you a glow, meaning like an actual hydration. Because this is a really hydrating formula, I feel like the added luminosity is just an extra bonus. So I really like that. I'm not sure how I feel about this foundation. Looking at my skin, I mean, it does look really nice, really blurred. I feel like the coverage is good. I did have a little bit of smearing, so that's something to note. So I'm gonna see how this wears, but my first impression on this tier is good. I've just heard so much about it, so I think my hopes were really high. Now, I don't really love the color of this e.l.f. contour. I feel like it is just a little bit too cool toned to where I felt like I looked a little bit muddy. It just wasn't the right tone for me. I'm glad that they've expanded, but this color is just not gonna be a favorite for my skin tone. But the formula is super pigmented. I find it easy to use. I don't have any patching or anything like that, but just be mindful when you choose a shade. And again, I love this e.l.f. lilac blush. I think it's stunning. Like, I've seen it on so many people and it looks beautiful. For my skin tone personally, I like to add a little bit of my Armani. This is literally like my favorite product of the year. Like, bury me with this Armani blush, please and thank you. It is phenomenal. So this combo, I mean, look how pretty my cheeks look. My hair is driving me crazy as per usual, but let's keep it moving. Absolutely love the Armani. And then I'm pretty impressed with this Tarte corrector. I mean, I feel like my under eyes look nice and bright. It does feel like it brightened, it's smooth, it didn't cling. I didn't find it to be dry, didn't find it to be thick or sticky. So excited to keep trying that. And I really, really like this melt powder a lot. I feel like it has this like peachy pink undertone to it, and my skin just looks so smooth. I really, really like this. I am continually testing this out to compare it to my favorites. I will say that this is 40% off entire melt collection or brand, I can't even think. The entire Melt brand was 40% off as of filming this video. So if it still is, I will link it down below. And then this luminizer, I feel like it's really pretty, from Sephora collection. The color I wish was not as rose gold, more of just like a standard gold, but there are other shades. So I'm gonna have to go in store and swatch them. It feels like a baked gelée type of formula. There's no harsh glitters and it really does apply smoothly. I feel like it's one of those that can be kind of like subtle and then you can build it up. So I'm interested to keep trying this. Absolutely love, love, love the Melt Please powder blush. It reminds me so much of Body. I'm gonna have to pull that out somewhere and compare them. I feel like this might be a little bit deeper or richer, but super pigmented, just really livens up the cheeks. And then in terms of the lips, I actually really, really like the lip combo today. I feel like the matte liquid lipstick is never gonna be my favorite, but this one feels nice and comfortable. I just used a really thin layer and then kind of blended it in because I don't want it to be too heavy, but the standout has to be this gloss. It is so pretty. I feel like I need to top up. I mean, this pink gloss is everything. It is so beautiful. It has like that beautiful, just like pink shift to it, but it's still sheer enough. I just think these are beautiful. The scent on this, I think it's like a light, maybe like a light cupcake scent, so nothing overpowering. So that was another standout for me. But that is everything for this trying new makeup video. I will link everything that I used today down below in my description box. Don't forget to check out Halara as well. I'm telling you, those leggings are life-changing, literally snatched me in like never before. So I will link that down below as well as with my code. And then any sale that I can find on any of these products, I will have linked down below as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what products you're most excited about and which products you wanna try yourself. And let me know what you think of the look I came up with. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. As always, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.